Welcome guys, I'm HOJ, and in today's video we're going to be doing 5 best of 1 standard ranked matches with my Boros Mobilize deck that I just used to place in the top 250 for last season. So very excited about that. I believe I placed number rank 241, so it was pretty close, but happy to make it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. First of all, I'm going to go over some updates here to the deck, and then in the description you're going to see a link for the full playlist, all of my other playlists, including standard events, the full deck list on moxfield.com, and also all the win rate statistics on untapped.gg. In addition, you will see a link for my other channel where I'm a science fiction and fantasy writer, and then also a link if you would like to subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content and you'd like to see more. So let's take a look here. Very minor changes here. I ended up shaving 1 copy of Warleader's Call just to have kind of I sort of went back and forth on this, but just to have more creatures. And I also ended up cutting the Arabella Abandoned Doll. While it is really great in this deck, I wanted to find, I kind of noticed that like the Boros and Mono Red matchups were a little bit troubling just because we were having some trouble like keeping our life total high enough. And so I was considering maybe shifting back to some Consuls flankers, but I actually decided instead to cut those 2 cards and make room for 2 copies of Enduring Innocence, which is a real sleeper, and just, I mean, probably many of you know it's a great card, but it's very good in this deck, especially with all the tokens that are flying around and all the mobilize triggers. There's also kind of nice interactions it has with Sanguine Evangelist, and if you block on the opponent's turn and you get a bat token, then you can draw a card off of that if you have Enduring Innocence out. So this gives us a 2/1 lifelink for 2 white and 1 other as a enchantment creature, Sheep Glimmer, and then whenever 1 or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card, and this ability triggers only once per turn. And then when it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under your control. It's an enchantment with the same effect. So yeah, that's the slight changes here to the deck, but been really happy with it. And I've already started here on kind of the new season. We are at, I believe, Platinum 3, I want to say. Yeah, Platinum 3. And just excited to see how quickly we can get back to Mythic. With making the season, so I have the qualifier weekend starting tomorrow with Historic, which I have absolutely no clue any of those decks or the format. So if anybody wants to pipe in the comments, you know, decks you might recommend, I would be all ears. I'd love to hear it. Okay, opening hand looks great. We've got stuff to do. On turns 1 and 2, we have good mana. And I think since I've got the Guardian, I'm going to start out with Headliner, since I can play this on turn 2 and then functionally attack with this as a 2/2. All right, looks like we might be up against Mono Red or Boros. Okay. And yeah, I think we're just going to go for the Neighborhood Guardian play here. This should be good if the Guardian survives for any length of time. Now we can put the trigger and buff our Headliner here. So hopefully we can draw into another land so we can double spell next turn. But if not, just being able to create counters if they decide to wait until our turn, if they have like shock or something like that, we can hold this up and then play this in response to save our Guardian. Unless they just kill it at sorcery speed, which would be sad. They might very well do it since they've got to attack through with Hired Claw, but we can hope. And no blocks. See if they want to pump. I guess not. Probably burn it now, unfortunately. Yeah. Although at least we ended up wasting their turn, so that feels pretty good. Okay, here we want to go for... Doesn't really matter. I guess I'll go for white. Let's see. This is a red activation. We have some red. That doesn't really matter. We've got good mana here. And then we can use the headliner to get rid of their Hired Claw, but I think we just want to make more board presence. We're not too low on life, so I think we're okay with just kind of continuing to push. Real question here is, do they have Screaming Nemesis? Okay. We could save our guy here, and I don't know if we'd rather have the 1/1 tokens or save it. I guess we'd probably rather have Descendant of Storms, just because this can pump itself up and might be a little bit more useful if we keep it around. So I think let's save it. If they want to use another piece of burn, that's fine. Question is, do we want to trade with Hired Claw here? It's pretty... I mean, we're at 13, they're at 19. I guess we could. They're pretty similar in value. I don't know. Maybe if we can like start making more guys, then Frontline Rush will get better. So maybe we just kind of race. I never like racing against mono red, but maybe it's the move. I mean, Headliner gets better if we keep creatures around, so I think I am going to just try to race it. All right, so I guess we could do kind of a similar thing again here to save our Descendant if we want to. I think we just probably want to make another 1/1. But I think we push. Yeah, because it still dies to shock, so let's just make a 1/1, get a little bit more value. And then I think maybe we just headliner this goblin. If we want to keep the Descendant of Storms around. I'm kind of fine, I guess, if they want to trade here or here. I think it's probably okay. Like, we don't have to go crazy trying to defend our Descendant. And we can save it again if we want. I think because they have mana up right now, I'm a little bit less likely to try to save it here. I think we just maybe let it go. Like, because if they shock it in response, it's pretty awkward. Take a little bit of damage here. We can make this a 3/3 and try and block. And that could be good enough. We could also make 2 tokens and do kind of a similar thing. I think I like that a little bit more. I guess if they have like shock plus pump, it's a little bit annoying. So that's the only consideration. I think I like making tokens here. Yeah, I guess we're at 10. Like, we do get blown out pretty badly if they have the shock. So I think maybe we just take it. Although we're getting a little bit low, so we should be careful. Okay, that's fine. Now we can attack, kill the claw, push some damage here. We're at 9. Just be a little careful. And I'm trying to think if we want to hold anything back. Are we still racing? I guess we could try to like use a bunch of tokens to kill him on the way back. So, yeah, I think we race here. Like they push for 2, and then we can make tokens if we need to. Not sure what they're holding in hand. Probably just more burn, I guess. We do need to draw a little well to try to win this race, but I think we have a lot of things to draw into. Although we are getting pretty close to burn range, so we should be careful. Okay, that's a nice pickup. If they have like, I guess if they have double Helix, we're kind of in trouble. And I wonder if we, like, if they have like shock plus like a haste creature, maybe we hold like 1 back and attack for 4, drop them down to 9. Otherwise, if we feel pretty confident they won't kill us, I guess we just full send. It really kind of depends on if they have Boros Charm or not. I think we push. Have the Helix. Okay. Do they have another Helix? We need one more turn. I don't know if we're going to get it, but... Did they top deck the burn? What do they have in hand? That's what I want to know. Okay. Nemesis doesn't do it. Nemesis plus shock does it. I'm pretty sure anything they have in hand that would kill our creatures would also kill us. Unless they have the shock, yeah? Okay. Close game. But yeah, Enduring Innocence really helps in that matchup, just like with the tiny little bit of life you gain and then the residual value. It's also nice actually in a lot of other matchups too, just kind of in case they like do like a board wipe, the effect sticks around. It can give us a little bit of advantage in control matchups. Okay, opening hand looks good. Let's start off with the Dalkovan Encampment. Okay, another Boros deck. Question is if we want to play starting town in case like we draw another starting town. I think I probably do, because like Verge is always going to be good and we don't need both white right now. So I think we go for starting town, unless we want to go for like Helix here. I think we just want to go for Neighborhood Guardian. So we can still Helix on our turn. And like they can just shock this away, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Like maybe they don't have another 1-drop. Okay, that works too. All right, now what do we do? I think we go for, like we could go for Enduring Innocence. The problem is they just make this a 3/3. We could also just try to get another land down eventually. We could go for like Descendant plus Helix, or like Descendant plus Frontline Rush to try to just like manually block this. Problem is if they have like shock or anything, we're just done. Although I guess they'd need like a 3rd land. But yeah, I think maybe it's just better to just try to get some life going. Even if they kill this, unless they remove it, it'll just start giving us some value. So I think that's probably the move. And then we just hope to like draw another land and be able to Helix their guy. Okay, they did have the double Sheltered by Ghost. That's pretty brutal. Whew, okay. We're not going to be able to target that for a long time. So now I think we need to go with the other plan, which is Descendant plus blockers, and hope it works. Problem is if they have like any kind of burn, we're just screwed. Yeah, and this just feels like they do. Because if we try to make 2 1/1s here, and they shock our Descendant, they can still pump this and we just get blown out. So I feel like we have to make this end of turn and just try to set up, because this is just, we just can't, the problem is it keeps growing. So it's like either we have it right now, or I think we might just be completely screwed. I guess they need exactly shock to win. I mean, there's a good chance they have shock, right? But if they don't, they make this an X3. The next turn we have like Headliner plus 2 guys. They still have burn. It's a little harder. I feel like there's such a high chance they have shock though. So I think we let it ride, as much as I don't like it. Okay, if they don't do anything, then we can go ahead and make some guys. Okay, it's at least a start. Now, the problem is we have the same issue, right? So we could start jumping here, but if they have just like shock, they can deal with all of our guys. We can attack with Descendant and make an X1, but it's really kind of the same problem. And we're very close to being burned out. So like maybe we had to have it last turn. Yeah, maybe we should have just gone for it last turn. Okay, I think we just make a 1/1 here. Okay, they almost, okay, they pause. So I think they've got shock. Yeah, they have the shock. So they would have had it anyways. That's a tough one. The double Sheltered by Ghost is what really got us there. Maybe the turn that we went for Enduring Innocence, we were supposed to double spell. And then we could have gotten in front of it a little better, I think. So because they could have had Sheltered by Ghosts, that could have blown us out there. Which we know that that list definitely runs. Okay, we do need 2 land though, and especially if it's just like a basic mountain. This hand does not work. Okay, much better. What do we keep? I'm really tempted to just keep like the 3 creature spells, like especially because Frontline Rush is so good with Guardian. Maybe we're supposed to keep Helix since they're going first. I guess it's either like Helix or Frontline Rush. Actually, wait a second. We have 3 land. We can probably pitch a land. So I guess we cut the starting. No, we need to have starting town. Actually, we need all the land because it's just awkward to cast it. So I think maybe, man, I don't want to pitch the Helix. Could be super important. If we were on the play, I would say we'd keep the Rush, but because we're on the draw, I think I'm going to keep the Helix. Just kind of, yeah, in case they were like mono red or something. Okay, I think this might be Artifacts, but I don't know if Artifacts has, maybe it has Mistrise Village. All right, let's go with Inspiring Vantage here. Oh man, if it's Artifacts, we got to get going here. But I think actually we're probably supposed to use Descendant here because if they have Pinnacle, Star Cage, they just get us. So we want to play around that, even if it's a little bit more anemic. And just make a little bit of a board. And like, they have Authority, which is annoying, but we do need recurring threats. Especially with our Dalkovan Encampment. Authority is really good against us. Yeah, I think we just keep building a board and just force them to deal with it. I think we make one more token. That way we slightly, actually we don't play around split up because they have Authority of the Consuls. Maybe we make this a 3-2, but then we're just like left with a 1-1. I don't love it, but I think we make one more 1/1. Just go a little bit wide. Like, it gets better when we have Warleader's Call. And let's see, do we want to... Probably want to Burst Lightning that. Make them, like, wrath this board away. Man, Adventurers In is interesting. Don't usually see that in this list. Whew! Double Authority is a beating. Okay, Enduring Innocence is very good. However... Oh, man. Like, it's... They're getting 2 life off of it, which is annoying. And we're not going to use it for a little while. They can, like, board wipe it away. I think we just use Descendant again, except we make it a 3/2 this time. Like, Double Authority is pretty annoying. Plus, they have, like, counter magic up. And, like, we don't want to do that. Like, Encampment is so bad right here. Now we'll stop going wide. Okay, we can Helix the flanker. I'll wait for it to scry. Since they don't know it's getting helixed yet. They're gonna Beza? What's their plan? Yeah, split up is pretty good. Okay, now we want to go for Enduring Innocence. They're going to gain a bunch of life, but whatever. It's kind of no way around it. Like, they're gaining lots of life, but, like, we're also getting cards, so there's that. Hopefully they don't have, like, another split up. Yeah, those authorities are going to be hard to fight through. Okay, we do have the split up, sure. Guess we'll go for Evangelist here since they're tapped out. And we probably go for Guardian as well. I mean, they could have like another board wipe here, but they're down to 2 cards. They're tapped out. This is pretty good with these encampments. I'm a little tempted to go for it. I guess the only downside is we don't draw cards off it, but we will off of encampment. Maybe we're supposed to hold it in case they have a board wipe here. Like if they have like Ultima, it's a little awkward. Yeah, maybe we were supposed to keep that back. Ugh, that's probably a mistake. Okay, it's mill. All right, so we got to get going. Yeah, if they have the River Churn in hand, we're just dead. But we have to pretend that they don't. So we encampment. They gain 4 life. We draw some cards, which is probably sort of bad. I think they lose 4 life too, though, so it's not the worst. All right, let's do it. We're living large here, and let's push. Sure. there's your 4 life. With Battlecry, though, it all kind of evens out, and we get a card out of it, so that's not the worst. I don't think the life really matters, but I'm just going to play it tapped. I guess we could also Helix them here since they're tapped out. Maybe we're supposed to do that. I don't think they have creatures that matter, so I think I just probably Helix face. Okay, they had day. Well, that's annoying. Okay, Warleader's Call is pretty good. That is pretty great, actually. That helps a lot. Now we can go for Dalkovan, and we are at parity, but we draw a card, so it's not amazing, but oh god, it is what it is. Yeah, I think the card matters enough that we just go for it. Yeah, this Authority is such a beating. They gain 4 life. Although, actually, they're taking 6 here, so we're doing a little bit of damage. Ever so slightly getting there. Okay, they're probably going for River Churn here. Whew. Yeah, they probably don't play it if they've got it. So we definitely want a Dalkovan. Okay, I think actually they could have Consuls Flanker, I guess. So maybe Authority here. I don't think we care. Let's go for, because I think we Descendant. Actually, no, we're not going to Descendant yet. If we Dalkovan, we could give +3/+3 if we need to. We want to make sure we have guys for next turn if they don't kill us. Okay, so maybe we do actually Authority. Alright, I'm just going to Dalkovan first. I think we want to keep up at least 2 mana here. And then decide if we want to Descendant if they just kill our guy or whatever. And there's really no point in playing Authority because they just like play Consul in response, so that doesn't matter. I guess if they kill the bat now, then like we play Descendant, and then if they wipe that, we do end of turn Frontline Rush. All right, let's see what they do. They've got something here. They're very unsure if they want to kill it in combat. They probably like sort of want me to draw, so I don't know. It is what it is. Ooh, that was a nice pickup. Okay, they do have the Consuls Flanker. All right, sure. Probably desperately looking for that River Churn. So we hope that we're going to see bottom. Oh no, bottom top is not good. Ooh, that's brutal. Okay. We certainly can't kill them right now. Yeah, and there's no point in burst lightning their guy. I don't think that matters. Sure. Okay. Do we play anything here? They're tapped out. We could go for Warleaders, but that's pretty risky. We want to have access to Frontline Rush. I suppose we could play Descendant. If they just board wipe again, we have this end of turn. So I think we Descendant here. God, they gain 2 more life. It's pretty awkward. River Churn or no? They got it. Okay, that's too bad. That is gonna do it. Oh well. I suppose if we had Consuls flanker, we could have exiled our own graveyard in response. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. And that's gonna do it. All right, 1 and 2. We are definitely playing some of the best players right now, just because it's just been the reset starting here in Platinum. But yeah, Mill can be kind of, I think just like double authority is so brutal. Yeah, we need to mulligan. We have like, you know, if we draw a land, it's so good. Like we're on the draw, 22 sources, but like I think we should just mulligan here. Yeah, this looks a lot better. What do we want to cut? I think we're going second, so I think we probably throw back the Frontline Rush and just keep these. And if we were on the draw or on the play, maybe we keep this instead, but I think we probably want all the land. And we want access to permission. Do we keep, let's see. Oh, there probably is it, right? I think we want to have access to Burst Lightning on their turn. So I think we lead with Mountain here. This could be Cauldron. This could be like Jeskai or 4-color control. I suppose it could also be like artifacts or another mill deck. All right. Let's do Starting Town in case we draw another like 3 or fewer land, which is entirely possible. And then we'll just go for Voice. Voice is pretty good here. It is Jeskai. Okay, Teamer. Okay, they're doing Haste and Trample. I think we want to do Enduring Innocence, start drawing cards. Authority is kind of interesting also, since they want to have Haste and Trample and all this. I don't know what they have going on. I like the value we get out of Innocence. I guess I just don't know what's coming is the only thing. Like we could go like Neighborhood Guardian plus Authority and that's still pretty good. But I do like Innocence here. Like the value seems pretty cool. And like this damage is nullified by the authority, but at least we get cards. Like in general, authority is just really good against this deck. Is it like a 3-color version of Is It Cauldron? Huh. We could go for Soulstone here. Like, I'm worried about board wipes, kind of. They could also, if it's Jeskai, then they'll be playing the dragon next turn, and they can get the attack in. So I think it's actually pretty good to do authority this turn when they're tapped out. If we're gonna do authority, maybe we're supposed to do guardian also. But like, they probably have split up, they probably have board wipes. Getting both of these is pretty good. Man. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're definitely doing authority. For sure. And we want to push damage. They could have Ultima. I guess we can do Soulstone next turn if we lose everything. And we'll draw cards. So I think because we're drawing cards here, I'm a little more okay with it. That gives us like a tiny bit of insurance. Yeah, this might have been too aggressive. Maybe we weren't supposed to play Neighborhood Guardian this year, or this turn. I just really wanted authority before their turn 5. Especially, I think it's Shiko, I want to say. Like, otherwise, why play the Frostcliff Siege? Entity Tracker. Sure. Okay, it's like some sort of weird enchantment deck. Okay, well, either way, authority was the right call. Man, do we want to kill this thing? Draw a card. I don't know that we care. Maybe we just use Burst Lightning on face. Yeah, I'm not completely sure that we actually care about this thing. Okay, if they're gonna target it, I suppose. Let's Warleader's Call. That feels pretty good. We're still going to get triggers. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're supposed to put this on Innocence because that has lifelink. Whoops. Could have gained 2 extra life there. Might be somewhat irrelevant, but maybe not. So even if they board wipe, we've got Soulstone. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Yeah, talk about the right turn to authority. Okay, that's pretty big. Oh man, if those 3 points of life or 2 points of life is going to be what causes us to lose, I hope we don't. Okay, he didn't quite have it. Cool. 2-2. Have not seen that deck though. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got interaction on turn 1. And I do like Innocence. This has been a nice addition. 2 copies right now feels pretty good. I don't know where else we would make room for more of it. So we have like 9 3-drops, which feels pretty good. We've got 13 1-drops, 16 2-drops. Pit of Offerings. Okay. Yeah, let's just go for voice here. Man, voice into Enduring Innocence is really good. I love that interaction. Okay, some kind of ramp deck. I just don't know what we're up against here. I think I'm going to do Enduring Innocence. I don't know if it's the right move, if like we have to be fast here and we want to go for Evangelist. Like Evangelist is very good if we need to like close out the game quick, but I just don't know what we're up against. Terror of the Peaks. All right. Oh, that's pretty good. Is this thing just a 6/4? I mean, we could block here. We're taking potentially a lot of damage very quickly. We do have Helix plus Burst Lightning, so maybe it doesn't matter, and we've got life gain. So I think we let it ride. All right, let's... Oh, I'm going to take 6 life by targeting this thing? That's brutal. I guess the bat is pretty good at dealing with it. We could attack first and see what we get. Yeah, I think maybe that's the move. All right, I think we try to set up for a kill next turn. So we go for Evangelist here. And then I think we go to 14 and play Descendant. Because I don't think that the Burst Lightning is going to matter. Man, I hope we don't lose by going to 14. But I think we want to set up like a turn where we can get like a big Frontline Rush next turn is the plan. Random encounter. What is this? Oh no, not Kona. Uh-oh. This does not look good. Sure, they've got something pretty silly. Yep, here it is. All right, what's it gonna be? Okay, so we have to block one of them or we die. And most likely we probably have to block both because they're going to have something silly come out from the Kona. So I think... Alright, so if we go for Evangelist, we get to draw a card on this turn, which I like. We won't get the pump. We will have another creature, though, potentially another blocker. Can we still kill them off of like the bat plus these 4 guys? I think we might be able to. So I think we just block like this and then see what happens. We could kill the Lumbering Wagon, but I don't want to lose the other creature. Okay, what is Kona bringing? Oh god, yeah, Galta will do it. Yeah. So I guess we were supposed to kill the Terror of the Two Peaks. But yeah, they still had this random encounter. Cool deck. Alright, so we ended up going 2 and 3. Let's take a look at the stats for the deck. This is the list that I did use to just end up make top 250 a couple hours ago today. But yeah, it's tough competition here. Let's see. All right. Overall, this deck is 55% win rate, 56% on the play, and 54% on the draw. Notably, this does not include a lot of matches that I've played on my tablet and on my phone, which are not saved here and do not reflect. So I think the win rate is a little bit higher. 52 wins and 43 losses. The most recent version we just played here went 2 and 3 today, so not an amazing showing, but I do actually like the change. I think that the Enduring Innocences will be good, and yeah, this is the same version that I ended up just making the top 250 with, so I like it. If you like this kind of content, you guys want to see more, then consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.